Hi guys, we're back for the third installment of solving logarithmic and exponential equations. We're moving on to if they have a logarithm in it to begin with instead of if they start out as an exponential. I'm going to break this into two different pieces. One, if I'm going to use the properties, and one, the first one where I'm not going to use the properties. So we're going to go ahead and start. The first one goes with our definition. If they have one log on each side of my equal sign. See, I've only got one log on each side of my equal sign, and it's the same base. Oh, it should be the same base. It looks like I mistyped that one, and this should be a 17 also. So sorry about that. So that should be log base 17 also. Woo. Okay, so they have the same base, and so what my rule says is if there's one log each, and that's it, that's the only thing, just one log each on both sides of my equal sign, and they have the same base, that these pieces here, I'm going to circle them, just are equal to each other. So all I have to do is say minus 4k plus 5 equals k plus 5. And then I just need to solve for those. So how do I solve for it? I'm going to subtract k, and subtract 5 from both sides. And then I get negative 5k equals 0. Divide by negative 5, and k equals 0. Okay, so that's it on that one. Pretty easy if they have just the log on one side of the equation to the same base, as long as they have it's just one log on each side. So again, if we look at this, I've got a log here, one log with nothing else, and one log with nothing else. And what I mean by when I say there's nothing else, there's nothing added or subtracted, so it's not like 5 plus the log of that. There's nothing being times by it. It's not like 5 times the log of this. It's not log of negative 3x minus 5 in parentheses plus something else or minus something else. There's nothing else on there. It's just the logs by themselves. So we've got that. So that just means I've got two logs, one log, same base. If there's no base there, what base is it? Base 10. That's correct. So then I've got x plus 5 equals negative 3x minus 5. So I get everything on the same side, the equal sign. So I'm going to add 3x, and I'm going to subtract 5. So what do I get? I get 4x equals negative 10. Divide by 4. And x is going to equal negative 5 halves. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's go to the next problem. Okay, so what do we have here? My next problem is, let's see, it's only got, look, my next problem, look. My next problem only has one log. So there's only one log. So the property we just got done working with does not work. I cannot use it because there's only one log. So there's nothing I can do. So I've got to do something else. So what I want to do is get the log by itself first. So it's log base 7 of 7x. And I'm multiplying by 5 with it. So I'm going to get rid of that 5 first. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5. So that log is by itself. So then I get log base 7 of 7x equals 2. Okay, so one log. So if I only have one log, I only really have one option. If I can't solve it as a logarithm, I'm going to switch it to an exponential. Remember before, if I couldn't solve it as an exponential, I switched it to a logarithm. Well, this says if I can't solve it as a logarithm, I'm going to switch it to an exponential. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've got my base. So I've got 7 to the second power equals 7x. Or, oh, and then to get x by itself, what do? I divide by 7. So x is going to equal, well, 7 squared is 49. 49 divided by 7 is 7. And there's my answer done. Okay, That's it. That's all there is to it. So we're going to go to the next one. Oops. Don't know what happened there. We're going to do the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to say this. This is not in parentheses. This 5x minus 10 is not in parentheses. So what goes with my log? Well, this is my log right here. So anything else that's not with this part needs to go away so I can get the log by itself. So this is my log. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, see, that's what I get for forgetting to go to my pen. I'm going to add 10 to both sides. So then I get log base 2 of 5x equals 10 minus 7 is 3. I can't solve it as a logarithm, so I'm going to switch it to an exponential. So that's 2 to the third power equals 5x. I'm going to go ahead and figure out what that is. So I've got 5x equals 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. 8 divide by 5. So x is going to equal 8/5. And there's my answer. Okay, I'll go ahead and pause for a second. We got that? Are we good? Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. I think we're still okay here. Yep. Okay. So this one, where's my log at here? So I'm just going to highlight the part I want to keep, which is here. So the log and the parenthesis part of it. So this is the part I want to keep, okay? So how am I going to, what am I going to do to the 6? Well, I'm going to divide by 6 because it's 6 times the log. So this is log of 5x equals 2. So if I can't solve it as a log, I want to switch it to an exponential. Well, what base is this? It doesn't tell me what base it is. Right, if it doesn't tell me what base it is, it's base 10. Good. So this says 10 to the second power equals 5x. Or this would be 10 to the second power is, I'm going to write 5x equals 10 to the second power is 100. Great. Then I'm going to divide by 5. So x is equal to how many nickels in a dollar? Think of it that way. 20. Good. 20 is my answer. Great. Okay. Awesome. You guys are doing great. One more, and then we're going to take a break and work on some problems. Okay. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the part that I want to keep, which for me is this part right here, the log and anything in the parenthesis. Okay, so this is the part I want to keep. Awesome. And so how do I get rid of the 3? Well, I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. Okay, so I've got log of n minus 4 equals 2. So if I can't solve it as a logarithm, I switch it to an exponential. So that will be 10 squared equals n minus 4. And then I'm going to add 4 to both sides, right? So n is going to equal, well, what's 10 squared? That's 100. So that's 100 plus 4, which equals 104. So there's your answer. You could just also write n equals 104. Okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and pause there, and you guys are going to go and do a few problems, and then I will see you back in a few minutes when you're done with those problems. Remember, there's the discussion bar if you have any questions. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.